What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Simba Sarai, back again with another video for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's how the channel is gonna grow. Today we're gonna be talking about depression. I'm not an expert, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm gonna tell you what I've understood about depression. Right? A lot of depression is self-regression, and it is caused by a lack of identity. And I first learned this from listening to a therapist, a guy called Zeka. I listened to his brother. His brother is a therapist, and that's how he defined depression. A lot of people's depression comes from a lack of identity. And today, with the economic situation, people have no sense of control. A human being wants a sense of control with his life, especially men, because we are expected to provide, and men have an innate feeling of wanting to provide and protect their family. But look at the economic situation. Life is expensive. There are no jobs. This is why I see when people lose their jobs, they lose their sense of identity. You know, people used to know you as a pharmacist. People used to know you as a doctor. Now when people ask me, who are you? You don't even know what to say. So you need a sense of identity as an individual, a sense of control, and money and professions give you a sense of control. So this is why one of the ways to cure depression, or to at least alleviate a lot of the depression that you have, is to go through the individuation process, which is you need to seek something bigger. Start to have a sense of identity. Find something that you like to do and do it. I always recommend the gym. When you start to tick a lot of boxes, you start to get in shape, it gives you a sense of identity, it gives you a sense of confidence. It helps with depression, I promise you. Gym is one of the best therapies. But then with the money side, you're gonna need to find something to have an identity. Because when Zeka was depressed, his brother told him that, you see, a pilot, someone who's a pilot or a doctor or someone who's whatever, a pharmacist, right? They have an autopilot for the days that they're depressed. But then you don't have it. When you were talking to Zeka didn't have a job, he didn't have anything, he was just into drugs. But you don't have that. You don't have an identity. You need an identity. So I wrote down the dialogue that they went just to try to help people, right? Just to get you to understand what he says. The brother goes to him and says, "Yo, you are trying to take your own life." And Zeka says, no. And the brother says, "No, you are knocking on that door." Remember, the brother is a therapist, and Zeka is just a drug addict. And he says, no. And the brother says, "You are. Look at you. No girlfriend, no job. You're sleeping on couches, doing drugs. Yeah, you are on that out. You are exactly like the clients I have. I can't go in detail about my clients, but these are the people I talk to." The brother says to him, "Listen to me. And I'm only going to tell you this once. No therapist is going to help. And a brother being your therapist is the worst thing you can have. But listen to me like we are strangers. Depression is self-regression. It comes from a lack of identity. The doctor, the lawyer, the soccer player knows who they are in the morning. They all can autopilot on their depressed days. You don't have an autopilot. You will kill yourself. All your anguish is gonna come from a lack of identity. So Zeka is a pickup artist. On YouTube, he's the guy who teaches people how to get girls in. So the brother says to him, "You are a pickup artist. Never forget that." Trying to give him a form of identity. And Zeka says, "I didn't sleep for 2 weeks, and I started screaming to myself that if I die today, I will be remembered as a pickup artist." From that day, I started reading, streaming, doing YouTube, and after a while, I started to make some money. And when I started to make some money, I started to party. And Zeka goes back to his brother and then he says, purpose now. I'm not just a pickup artist. I teach now, on YouTube. And the brother says, I never thought you would listen. And Zeka says, why? And the brother says, because you're a fucking junkie. And Zeka says, I'm a junkie? And the brother says, all you do now is go to parties with the money you are making and stay fucking degenerates. You are the people you spend the most time with. And Zeka says, I literally stopped talking to almost everyone I used to party, and I changed my life. So sometimes we are depressed because of our situation. A lot of people's depression can be solved by $1 million. To be honest, people are struggling financially. And people are depressed. People have mouths to feed. You have children to feed. Money is very important. So when you are not earning money, when you don't have a sense of identity in terms of a profession, you are gonna get depressed. And a lot of your depression can be removed by starting to making some money, having a form of hustle or profession that you can identify with, like we've seen in this dialogue, right? And sometimes, even when we start making money, or even when we're not making money, who are we spending time on it determines if we're going to be able to have the strength to fight our depression. If you are spending your time with degenerates, people who are just gonna tell you to drink and do drugs and mask the problem by trying to distract yourself with partying, alcohol, with drugs, you are not helping yourself. You are going to self-destruct at one point. How long can you mask it? But if you are spending your time with people who are helping you through your individuation process, how you want to be better, if you want to be a bodybuilder, you're spending your time with people who know and spend their time doing gym, teaching you about health. If you want to be a lawyer, you're spending time with people who are helping you become a better person. Get that career. Drunk addicts are not going to help you get that career. Start to make money. If ever you make money, they're teaching you how to sell drugs. And that's a crime. And you're going to be depressed again when the police catches you. So socialization is very important. You cannot spend your time indoors. You're going to be depressed. You need to spend your time with people that are going to help you get out of that, right? And how you do that is spend time with people who motivate you to be a better person, who help you with your process, who motivate you and inspire you, right? And the other thing about depression, let me tell you one other thing that I've learned about why people get depressed. It's congruence. You need to live in congruence where your internal matches your external. So what is your internal? Your internal are standards, your beliefs, your boundaries, your principles, right? That's the internal, the person you tell yourself inside that you are, right? And your external are your relationships with other people, how you behave, how you act is your external, right? These two things need to match. A lot of people get depressed because these two don't match. Internally, you're telling yourself you are strong, but externally, you're not. You don't work out, your body is weak. Internally, you tell yourself, this one, I see a lot of girls struggle with this. Why do you think one of the reasons why a lot of adult workers, porn stars, kill themselves is because of that? Listen to their interviews. They talk about themselves. You can tell how someone speaks about themselves internally that they think they are these people who, good for society and a good person. I'm not saying they're, bad people necessarily, but the things that they've had to do to get that money, their internal does not match their actions in terms of morality. And that is a war that happens in your head. A lot of girls tell themselves, I'm a good girl. I am a traditional wife. But when you're out here sleeping with every other, you're going to get depressed. A lot of men, you are telling yourself inside, you are a good man, you are rich and all these other things, but your external does not match. You're hardworking, but you spend your time playing video games. Those two things don't match. And at a certain point, you're going to get depressed because of that. So if you are telling yourself that you're hardworking, then your external, your behavior has to match what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself inside that you are wise, then your external needs to be the type of guys who read books, getting wisdom, so that there is a congruence there, right? That will help you avoid or at least alleviate a lot of your depression, living in congruence. The internal and the external need to match. Understand? So a lot of people, us, we are lying to ourselves. We don't tell ourselves the truth. You need to be honest with yourself about your weaknesses, your strengths, and live in congruence. Start to cover for your weaknesses by honing other capabilities. There are weaknesses you cannot change about yourself, that you are insecure, but you can hone them by honing other capabilities. Learning how to speak, going to the gym, becoming in better shape, socialize, learning how to talk to people, doing other activities, learning a new skill, all these other things. We all have insecurities, and sometimes our insecurities can even lead us to depression. But what are we doing about them? A lot of our insecurities can be changed. Whether it's a source of income, whether it's you are insecure about your body. Start to look at the things that bother you. Are you bothered when you are around people who have their life in order? Then get your life in order. Are you bothered when you are around people who are in shape? Look at how you speak. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So a lot of people are bothered because they have given up on physical fitness, and they say things to try to make people who are in shape feel small. And that's a sign that you need to change something about your physical fitness. So depression, like I said, it's self-regression, and it's because it comes from a lack of identity. Find an identity. You need to find it, because when you are someone that what you want and they say, then who's supposed to know? Who is supposed to know? Out of the 10,000s of things that you can identify with and do as a person, in terms of profession, in terms of you can become anything today. You can become a YouTuber, you can become a coder, you can literally become, if you were not talking of school, let's just talk of the things you can learn online. You're going to have to go through a process of learning a new skill, right? Learning a new skill is going to be stressing. It's going to be a little depressing. You can turn the wheels of depression to learn a new skill, but then you don't have to spin them. You spin them by masking the problem. But learning a new skill is going to always be stressful, but it's only going to last for a short period of time. And then after that, you are out and you're winning again, and you're going to get out of your depression. I just want everyone to be better. And this is not me saying, this is me explaining all the causes of depression or exhausting what depression is. No, I know there's many types of depression, and depression is caused by many other things, abuse, many other things that can cause depression. This is what I was strictly talking about, because I feel like most people are affected by a lack of identity. Most people are affected by a lack of control because of the financial situation, the lack of jobs, losing your job, and all these other things. I think what I just explained relates to a lot of people, and I hope I just gave you something, and I hope I can help someone out there. Before I waste any more of your time, guys, I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe.